One concern that emerges is why Samsung chose for a boxy design with sharp corners for their foldable phones in the first place. Several things could have led to this decision. But before we answer this question, let's see some of the fact. It's been rumored that the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra will have slightly curved corners. Should this prove out to be accurate, I think Samsung should explore this design adjustment for the Z Fold 7 as well, as the sharp corners of the current Fold models can be difficult to grip, especially for long durations. Softening those edges might make the phone more ergonomic and comfortable to use. To be clear, I'm not talking about curved screens that flow over the edges like some previous Galaxy models. I'm only suggesting a little curvature to the phone's corners where you hold it. Samsung has already implemented a very tiny curvature on the Z Fold 6, but it has to be a bit more obvious. This minor modification could make a major difference in how the phone feels in your hand. Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold series has continuously pushed the frontiers of smartphone technology. With each generation, we've witnessed improvements in display quality, hinge mechanism, and general durability. However, one design component that has stayed mostly unchanged is the sharp corners of the smartphone. While the flat edges and sharp corners contribute to a modern, angular design, they can also scrape into the palm while holding the device for extended durations. This is a prevalent gripe among users of the Z Fold series, and it seems Samsung might be addressing this worry with the upcoming S25 Ultra. Leaked photos reveal that the S25 Ultra would sport softly curved corners, a change from the harsh edges of its predecessor. This design adjustment could considerably improve the ergonomics of the device, making it more comfortable to handle and use. If Samsung is actually heading towards a more rounded design language with the S25 Ultra, it makes sense for them to apply this approach to the Z Fold 7. The bigger size and heavier weight of the Fold make the sharp corners much more pronounced, and curved edges might substantially enhance the user experience. In addition to better comfort, curved corners on the Z Fold 7 could also make the device feel more sophisticated and premium. The delicate curves would lend a sense of refinement to the design, connecting it with the sleek appearance of the S25 Ultra. Of course, there are some downsides to consider. Some users might appreciate the sharp, angular design of the existing Fold models. Additionally, curved corners could make it significantly more difficult to attach screen protectors. However, the potential benefits in terms of comfort and ergonomics definitely outweigh these minor problems, in my opinion. If Samsung can effectively adopt curved corners without compromising the structural integrity or functionality of the Z Fold 7, it could be a welcome design change for many users. Now here is why the boxy design has been a winning tactic for a while. Firstly, the sharp, angular design language was a prevalent trend in smartphone design for a while. Many flagship phones from many manufacturers embrace this approach, and Samsung may have followed suit to maintain its smartphones looking new and stylish. Secondly, the boxy shape could have been a practical consideration. The sharp angles and flat sides might have made it easier to construct the sophisticated hinge mechanism and folding display of the Fold series. Curved edges could have added difficulty to the production process. Thirdly, the sharp corners could have been perceived as a strategy to separate the Fold series from ordinary smartphones. The unique design language let the Fold stand out as a really original and breakthrough product. However, as foldable phones become more ubiquitous, the focus is turning towards user convenience and ergonomics. Samsung may have discovered that the sharp corners, while aesthetically pleasant to some, can be a severe problem for many people. The speculated change towards curved corners in the S25 Ultra hints that Samsung is now prioritizing comfort and utility over a completely geometric design language. This change in strategy could be an indication that the corporation is listening to user feedback and is committed to making its gadgets as user-friendly as possible. Personally, I think this would be a terrific move. I've always found the sharp corners of the Fold series a bit uncomfortable, and I think curved corners would make a great difference in terms of ergonomics. I'm also curious to see how this design tweak might alter the overall look and feel of the gadget. I think it may offer the Fold 7 a more expensive and sophisticated design. In addition to alienating a lot of its Western-based admirers, Samsung's recent Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition release in South Korea and China has created a very important argument for foldable users around the world. The question on many people's thoughts right now is whether next year's Z Fold 7 should keep its predecessor's S Pen support or discard that in favor of the Z Fold SE wasp waist. But what if you could have both of those things, and not just in specific Asian markets? That's reportedly just what Samsung is doing, and in order to pull it off, the world's largest smartphone manufacturer may need to adapt its ways and draw inspiration from its arch rival in at least one critical field. Are you ready for an Apple Pencil stylus pen? If the multiple industry insiders quoted in the latest ET News report are correct, Samsung is seriously considering switching from the current electromagnetic resonance technology of the Z Fold 6 compatible S Pen to the active electrostatic standard used on the Apple Pencil, among others, for the company's next-gen foldable supporting stylus. If those letters don't signify anything to you, allow me to quickly explain the distinctions between electromagnetic resonance and active electrostatic capabilities. In a word, the former allows Samsung create a substantially smaller, thinner, and lighter stylus than Apple by shifting certain necessary components, like a digitizer, to a smartphone's display, which in turn contributes to the total thickness of such handset. The latter makes the pen, or pencil, bigger and heavier, but it frees up precious space on the phone or tablet the writing attachment works with, which is apparently what Samsung is now concentrating on, at least as far as the Z Fold 7 is concerned. By the way, there's probably no need to expect any changes on this front for the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which will almost surely go after its forerunners and come with a traditional built-in S Pen, as well as a good old-fashioned screen-embedded digitizer. The Z Fold 7, meanwhile, will most likely retain this speculated Apple Pencil-style new S Pen separate from its non-digitizer including, and perhaps razor-thin shell, thus striving to achieve the perfect combination of elegance and utility. How about the best of three worlds? Believe it or not, there's even more good news to share out of Samsung's motherland today, as the ultra-thin Z Fold 7 is also believed to flaunt a super-strong titanium backplate. This is certainly the same premium material used on its 24 Ultra's frame, and according to this fresh and extremely credible report, it might replace the non-magnetic carbon fiber reinforced plastic employed by the Z Fold 6, Z Fold 5, Z Fold 4, and Z Fold 3. To be very clear, we're not talking about the Z Fold 7's frame here, which is likely to be built from the same aluminum material as its predecessor. The handset's rear panel is also unlikely to exchange glass for anything else, with this upgraded backplate actually linking the foldable phone's primary display and hinge, which is of course certain to enhance the product's overall longevity. At this point, however, I can't help but start to worry whether Samsung might be becoming a bit too ambitious as far as Galaxy Z Fold 7 enhancements are concerned, with all these features, plus the previously anticipated screen size rises, sounding quite expensive to integrate in a mass-friendly handset. Hopefully, the corporation will find a method not to boost its pricing too much. Next, the Galaxy Z Flip 7 is expected to debut next year in the summer with the Galaxy Z Fold 7, as per tradition, when Samsung unveils its new foldable phones. Although leaks regarding it are still sparse at the moment, given the fact we're still months away from its release, we're already starting to see some material about it emerge online. The Galaxy Z Flip 7 is rumored to come with an Exynos 2500 CPU, a chipset that's not yet disclosed but will be the successor of the 2400 chip. Also, the Z Flip 7 is supposedly going to be 10% thinner than its predecessor, the Z Flip 6. Another new report claims we will see a modest increase in the display size of the clamshell folding. The foldable display is supposed to increase from 6.7 inches to 6.85 inches, while the cover display would reportedly grow from 3.4 inches to 4 inches. This is partially expected to be achieved by decreasing the bezels of the phone. Apart from that, we haven't had other leaks thus far. Judging by prior years though, you can pretty much expect a similar design to the Flip 6 in the Flip 7, good cameras, and good battery life. The Z Flip pricing have kept pretty much stable in recent years. The Flip 6 started at $1,099, which is a price jump from the $999 the Flip 5 started at. But the starting RAM of the Flip 6 was boosted to 12 gigs in comparison to the 8 gigs of the Flip 5, so it wasn't an unjustifiable hike. Although we don't have leaks on this yet, we may reasonably guess the Flip 7 would cost around $1,099. Historically, foldable phones didn't always come with the greatest cameras. However, the Z Flip 6 improved on this aspect and offered a new 50 megapixels camera, a major upgrade over the 12 megapixels camera of its predecessor. The camera also had more natural color processing abilities, similar to the Galaxy S24 series. So yet, the probable Z Flip 7 cameras weren't covered in the rumors. Right now, we should expect the same or slightly upgraded 50 megapixels main camera, accompanied by a 12 megapixels ultra-wide and a 10 megapixels front-facing camera. As for features, we expect to see Galaxy AI generative capabilities exactly like the Flip 6, for example, generative edit and edit suggestions. When we tested the Z Flip 6 with our new camera benchmarks, we discovered that it improved in the standard photography sector, but significantly deteriorated in video in contrast to its predecessor. However, phones like the Galaxy S24 were able to beat the Flip 6's performance. We surely hope Samsung improves on the Flip 7's camera, and we're excitedly waiting for leaks about the camera system to shed light on what changes we should be looking forward to. The Z Flip 7 is set to arrive with a bigger 6.85-inch display, which could mainly be attributed to Samsung decreasing the bezels surrounding it. Although this isn't a massive increase over the 6.7-inch one the Z Flip 6 rocks, it's still a noticeable upgrade and should provide you more space for your favorite phone activities. Meanwhile, the cover display of the Flip 7 is also predicted to get a bit bigger, 4 inches in comparison to the 3.4 inches one on the Flip 6. This would be incredibly useful for interactions with the phone when it's folded, and having more room there means you can probably do more on the cover display. The Z Flip 6 comes with improvement in its battery size, which grew from 3,700 mAh on the 5 to 4,000 mAh. Although no leaks have stated what to expect here, it seems to me it would be a bit optimistic to ask for more battery with the next iteration, so expect something around 4,000 more for the Z Flip 7. In the charging department, things have remained the same in recent years with 25-watt charging. We hope Samsung improves on it with the Z Flip 7, but we have no rumors showing this at this present. The predecessor, the Z Flip 6, scored reliably in our extensive battery tests and managed to pull 16 hours and 10 minutes in web browsing, 9 hours and 8 minutes in video streaming, and 10 hours and 20 minutes on gaming, putting it on par with the vanilla Galaxy S24 more or less, but worse than phones like the Razr Plus. So that's all we have for now on Samsung Foldables smartphones. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates on this exciting tech. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to stay notified when we post new videos. Thanks for watching.